Daily Life Coach. Thank you for joining me. Today's episode is brought to you by Global Metropolis Media. Stand by for the Red Shoes, coming soon. Global Metropolis Media, thanks a lot for paying the bills today and allowing this podcast to be broadcast around the world on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Podchaser, iHeartRadio. Can't forget iHeartRadio. Spreaker, SoundCloud, the list goes on. You get the point. Find your favorite source of podcast digestion and follow and like the Daily Life Coach. And then do yourself a favor. Send it over to your friends, enemies, frenemies, family members, etc. Today we're going to talk about a little post-pandemic-y tune-up we need to give ourselves. In a nutshell, people, it's time for us to get powered up. We've got to get powered up. So we're going to talk about it today because I've even found myself getting a little soft around the edges here in this pandemic-y situation here. Mask on, mask off, take a shot, touch your toes, stretch out, eat some more, find a favorite snack, make a TikTok video. I mean, we're all over the map. We're just totally random right now. Humanity has become random. Weak. Why do I say this? Only because it's true, actually. I mean, this is why I say this, but think about it. We've got all these new technologies being deployed and new sciences being discovered and new codecs and blockchain, and the world is just going crazy. Jets and rockets going to the moon and Mars and space stations being built and geez, my goodness, we have Space Force taking shape right before our very eyes. Space Force. What is Space Force? I mean, think about it. All these things are happening while we're making TikTok videos, making online challenges, spraying ourselves with all kinds of crazy stuff, setting ourselves on fire, throwing ourselves off buildings for challenges. I don't know. We're just doing crazy things. And the world is evolving at such a rapid rate. Skynet's being built right now. Robots are programming robots, and dogs and cats are training each other. Crazy things are happening right now. There's kids right now that are pouring their parents vodka in shampoo bottles so they can take it to school. You don't even know that's going on. Parents, it's on the house. You probably didn't even know that was going on right now. When you see Junior going out the door with that favorite bottle of shampoo that he takes to school with him every day, I sweat at gym, so I have to take this bottle of shampoo with me. And by fourth period, he's speaking Russian because he's got that good Russian vodka. The kind that make one doll look like you've got 12 of those nesting dolls. He's calling his teacher babushka by sixth period. Yeah. Meanwhile, you check your bottle of vodka and it's so weak. It's like pH balanced water. Thank me later. Go check the shampoo bottle after my podcast. We've got chaos, pandemonium going on right before our very eyes. And what are we doing? We're taking advantage of federal unemployment and waiting for a stimulus check. And not to say that we don't need it. Frankly, there's a lot of people out there who need the money. Seriously, there is. And if I just happen to get a stimulus check in the mail, I'm not going to send it back. I'm going to stimulate something. Stimulate my mind. I'm going to stimulate something with that money. But we can't let all these random acts or acts of humanity or kindness or entertainment shut down our brains. We got to power up hard right now. There's people going to space, to the moon, to Mars, and flying missions and developing new technologies and industries that are 10 years ahead of anything you thought about prior to February of 2020. You got to power up. I had to power myself back up. I had to completely recharge, reboot, repower, and get back in the game. If you actually think you can yawn, stretch a little bit, knock this dust off here, buddy, and think you're going to get back in the game and hit the ground running after you've been sound asleep, lagging behind the speed of technology and innovation, and actually think you're going to be productive or, effective in it, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you done lost your damn mind. It's not going to happen. if you're not burying yourself and developing superpowers while you have the opportunity to immerse yourself in learning and new technologies, new opportunities being emerged, or even better yet, this is the time to make your way into a new company that you normally wouldn't be able to get a job at because there's so many people vacationing right now, taking some time off. And trust me, I've probably heard a few hundred people say, look, it's cheaper for me to stay home right now. There's a moratorium on rent. There's a moratorium on mortgage payments. I'll stay home, pay my cell phone bill, get a couple checks here and there, boom, boom, and I'll come to work next year. Catch me in 2022. Hashtag working in 2022. If you're that guy or female, and you have the opportunity to be out there running through a company, up the corporate ladder, creating, building, and you're just chilling because you got this vacation that you can afford to take, shame on you. If you have no other options and you have no other unique skill sets right now, you still need to power up. This is the opportunity for you to learn something. There's a gazillion free online courses, certifications right now that you can take. Any class that you want to take, any industry that you want to learn, all you have to do is put the word free in front of it, training, and the name of that industry, and watch what pops up. It'll blow your mind completely. Explosion. So power up. It's time to power up. Now is not the time to play with your babushka. Hopefully that means nothing bad in Russian. I need some of my Russian people call me. I think it's just a doll, possibly. Maybe. Or it could be something really violent or destructive or insulting. I need my Russian people to hook me up. Vlad, call me. I need you, buddy. Vlad's a big old dude, by the way. I gotta bring Vlad on the show. I think he could pick up my whole studio. Vlad's a bad dude. I digress. Let's get back to powering up. Put the word free. Type in what industry you want to learn about. Get back in the game. Power up. Even if you decide to stay home and take advantage of some of the opportunities that are ahead of you. Reset your brain in the midst of this pandemic and turn your Netflix intake back to like 12 hours a day instead of 16. And slide in a little bit of immersion techniques of learning. Surround yourself with some classes, reading, some YouTube videos. Do something. But right now is not the time because technology and innovation is on a tear behind the scenes. Let's get back to this one last thing I want to make a point on. Right now, there's companies that normally you may not have an opportunity to work for. But because there's so many people on the sidelines right now, I know companies that are looking for good people to onboard and to develop who have a little tenacity, a little desire, some intelligence, understand maybe execution or are just ready. These companies are out there looking for people. But while they're looking for people, you know what they're also doing? They're also testing technologies just in case they can't find people to fill these opportunities, these jobs and careers they have available. They're also at the same pace looking for technologies to implement to offset that need for individuals who may or may not want to work for their company anymore. We're going to have a lot of companies all at the same time pushing the tech button because they are struggling right now to find people willing to work in these challenging times. So if you got a shot or two in your arm of AstraZeneca or a little J&J action going on, whatever you got, it's time to power up. Put on your mask, get back off the bench in the workplace, and it's time to get it done. If you are waiting, there's going to be people who shift so hard, so fast, and so far ahead of you, you will never catch up. There are individuals who have made their fortune of a lifetime in a matter of months because they were at the right place at the right time with the right people or organization or mindset. or product or service. I'll give you one last example. Space Force. Sounds like a joke, Space Force, but they're going to employ thousands and tens of thousands of non-military civilian contractors. They're going to be billionaires made at the doorstep of this new agency. There's going to be officers and politicians, contractors born from the military side with the Navy and the Air Force. Opportunities are being born, built, and accelerated around us every second. So just so you know, the disruptors are coming. And just because you may have disrupted someone 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, you're not exempt. And us disruptors, we're coming for you. It's time to power up. That's all I've got for you this week. If you didn't get this, you'll get it later. You'll replay this podcast, and you'll say, damn, now I know what he was talking about. It's time to power up. Have a great day. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be a great one. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Send this to someone who needs to power up. Get off the TikTok for a minute and get back on the power up. And most importantly, remember, my friends, live fearlessly.